Well, good afternoon. I started making this video about an hour and a half ago, and then I suddenly got a phone call to say you're supposed to be at an appointment, which I forgot about. So anyway, not to be deterred, I'm back and I'm going to make this video. Today we're doing a Fadgie bread bun recipe. The Fadgie bread bun is local to Teeside. And basically what makes that different from any other bread is basically is the addition of lard as a fat to the flour mix, and also it's the shape. So it's when it's proven, it's rolled and it's cut into triangles. That kind of denotes the difference in this particular bread that we're making today. So without further ado, let's crack on with it because it's a simple recipe. So first of all, we're going to get our bowl on our scales, get that to 0, and we're going to put in 500 grams of bread flour. Now the one I'm using is the one which is for soft rolls. So basically it's a strong white flour, but it's got 12.5% protein in the flour. So basically the 12.5% protein, which I've said before, is what makes the gluten, makes the thing stretchy. But that the 12.5% is not too strong, where kind of it makes it too tough. So it's going to be a soft roll. That's what we're looking for. So 300 grams. Let's crack on with this. So we've got 300, 400. Let's get on, get it in there. Let's get up there. 399. Hey, are we there? There we go. There we go. 501. So that's fine. I'm happy 501. That's not going to. It's not going to change the recipe. So, in the way we do things, there's a method I always adhere to when I'm making bread, whatever type of bread is. If it's yeast-based bread, the yeast always goes first. So it goes. I always put it on the right-hand side of the bowl. Doesn't matter if it's the left, top, bottom, just as long as it goes to one side. And the reason it goes to one side, as we've said before, is so A, I can see it, I know I've put it in instead of just scattering it all over. B, when we add the salt, which I'm going to add 10 grams of salt, I'm going to put it in the opposite side of the bowl, because in the raw forms, they don't like each other. Salt kills yeast. So it's fine once it's all blended in, but while it's kind of in its natural state, we keep them separate. So I normally use a teaspoon for this, but as I haven't got one, I did have one, but because I went away and come back, I think somebody's nicked it to make the tea. Which you can't, honestly, you just can't leave anything but there we go, 10 grams, brilliant. So we've got our 10 grams of salt, we've got our sachet yeast, which is 7 grams, and we've got our lard, which I'm going to zero the scale, and we've got 50 grams of just melted lard. It's not boiling, it's not hot, it's just melted. So you can rub it in dry, as in like you would make a pastry. However, what I would probably do if you're going to do it that way, maybe grate it in so it goes in easier, and you're not going to rub it, you're going to need it. So it just incorporates better like this. So let's see if we've got 50 grams. You always get a bit that sticks to the side of the pan, so I always put maybe about 5 grams in extra, just to account for that. So when we come for it, there we go. Yeah, about 51 grams. I measured 55 in there, so it's 51 come out. So the last thing we're going to put in is our water, cold water from the tap, 350 grams of water, and then that completes our mix, and then we're going to knead it. So let's have a go. 200, 300, coming up, 325, 35, 40. Yeah, come on. Hey, 352. Should we start again? No, we shouldn't. 2 grams isn't going to change the recipe too much. In fact, as they say, and I say this, I've said it a few times now, the wetter the dough, the better the loaf, or better the bread. It basically, the wetter it is, the easier it is for the dough to expand, because it's kind of less tense. There's less tension there because it's wet and it's not dry. So it just allows things to expand a little bit. So you do get a lighter bread with wetter dough. within reason, of course, because it can be difficult to handle. But this should be fine. So I'm going to get this going, and I'm going to knead it for about 15 minutes. I want it to be smooth, elastic, and look a little bit shiny when we've done it. So I'm going to get it on. Let's get it on for 15 minutes. I'm sure somewhere I've got a timer on here. Turn her off. Get it timed, and then it'll switch itself off, and I don't have to worry about it. And then I can go and have a cup of tea, do other things. 15:30. That's not going to change much. I'm going to get it on. If you'll go on, there we go. Slow to start with. I'll get this moved over so you can kind of see what's going on a bit there. Let the dog see the rabbit, and it won't take long. A few seconds for the dry stuff to go in. Then we're going to whiz it up on a high speed. Let it do its thing for 15 minutes, and then we'll come back and you put it on too high to start with. You'll have flour everywhere. You look like a flour grader, which is good if you work in a flour factory. But you're not going to do that. In fact, I've got me, look at this, got me Jason's Kitchen. Hey, look at this, back on again. Hey, right, that's going in nicely there. So I'm going to get it up about speed 3. 15 minutes, come back. We'll get it sorted, and we're well on our way. So that's doing all the work. We can do it by hand, you know. I'm going to do it by hand one of these days just to show you it is possible. It's not like beyond the reach. Just in case I haven't got a machine. Well, there's no excuses. No excuses at all to be done by hand. So we'll do that one day. But for now, I'll let it do its thing, and we'll come back and see where we go from there. So see you soon.